Hello and welcome to CIO News. I am Khushbu Soni, your host for the broadcast and chief editor at CIO News. This is our exclusive fireside chat series powered by Zoom on the topic of future of CX and collaboration. It is a recorded session and will be available on our website, that is cionews.co.in, and our CIO News LinkedIn handle. It is my pleasure to invite our guest for today. We have Mr. Enbasekar, the co-founder and chief technology officer from MediBuddy. Mr. Enbasekar has developed great expertise and has deep and varied experience in the healthcare sector. He has worked extensively in research and development of medical software, medical devices, as well as developing cutting-edge technologies for the healthcare industry. And he's also known as Enba, and holds a BTech and an MTech degree in the electrical engineering from IIT Madras. Pleasure to have you, Enbasekar. Thank you for joining us today and looking forward to have this discussion with you.
Pleased to be here. Thank you.
Great. I'm also accompanied by Soni Raje, the General Manager and Head for India and SAARC region from Zoom. Samir joined Zoom in April 2019 to kickstart and grow its operation in the country and is responsible for leading strategic initiatives, operations, pre-sales, sales, customer success, support, and general management of functions. Samir has previously held senior leadership positions in technology MNC, including Cisco, WebEx, IBM, Microsoft during his career, where he built and led high-profile teams across pre-sales, sales, and support. Samir, pleasure to have you again.
Thank you so much, Khushbu. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. So to begin with, I would like to put across the first question to you, Enbasekar. If you can give us a quick brief about MediBuddy, about a firm that we started.
Excellent. So hi everyone. I'm Enbasekar. I'm the CTO and co-founder here at MediBuddy. We are a digital healthcare platform through which users from any corner of the country can access doctor consultations online through chat, call, video. Anyone who needs to meet a doctor in person can book an appointment also through our platform. We enable users to also get lab tests like RTPCR or blood tests at home. And we also enable users to get their medicines also home delivered. Again, we have many other healthcare services also on our platform. So we help more than 35,000 customers every single day. And we have a pan-India presence. And we are looking to scale and grow and help more and more individuals and people across the country get access to great healthcare.
Great, wonderful. Also, second, if you can help us, give a perspective as a digital native organization. What are your typical challenges that you see? Obviously, in the last couple of years, since the pandemic had hit us hard, the business environment and the working environment has changed, and hybrid is here to stay, especially for the digital natives company. So if you can share the challenges that you've been facing or you faced in this new business environment.
Sure. I have three different lenses, right? As being in healthcare means that we were very close to the challenges with respect to healthcare as a country and the problems that we are solving. The second lens is we work with large number of corporates for their employee healthcare benefits. So from that lens, we again have insights, and we have seen that evolve over a period of time. And third, MediBuddy itself as an organization, we are about 2,000 odd people spread across the country in 20 plus cities. So as an organization, how we evolved and adapted to the pandemic as a whole, and particularly the workplace environment, is the other lens of problems that we typically have to solve, right? One, being in healthcare, it is important that we had business continuity throughout the period and innovate and keep up pace with respect to the newer emerging inputs, trends, medical insights to be able to serve our end users, right, in terms of taking care of their health, having the right awareness. So building newer solutions for those, deploying newer services became very, very important. Collaborating, partnering with a lot of hospitals, doctors, other clinical facilities, other healthcare service providers like paramedicals, nurses. All those became a very, very important part of the journey, since the pandemic itself was new to everybody involved, right? The experts as well as the individuals and our customers and clients. So that was one set of problems we had to solve in a hybrid way. So while we had a big problem in front of us, solving a complex problem, working remotely is definitely a challenge, right? We have to innovate, keep up to pace, probably even more so than the pre-pandemic era, as being in at MediBuddy solving healthcare problems. The second, we were also simultaneously enabling our corporate customers, insurance customers, through which we acquire large number of we are a healthcare partner to them, so through which we help a large number of people every single day. So partnering with them to understand challenges that they face, as clients, to deliver healthcare services during pandemic to the respective stakeholders was a second lens that we had to solve. And third, like as an organization, we were in multiple cities, work from home, like any other organization, was also a problem that we had to pick up and solve at MediBuddy. So throughout the last 2 years, we have been on and off in terms of being fully back in office through the various waves. In the initial 6 months, 9 months period post the first wave, where there were stricter lockdowns, and we also had to expand across, as a startup with fast growth during this period. We also had to expand to multiple locations, geographies. So that means we had to have onboarding more and more newer people, so which added to the complexity of the hybrid workplace that we were in. But we are very happy that we continued our growth momentum through right adoption of tools, people, and processes, across all the functions that we have at MediBuddy, enabled us to drive it. Of course, as being a tech-focused startup or a digitally native company, definitely helped in slightly faster identification and adoption of such initiatives. However, any change at scale is a challenge, so hence we had to overcome those to have big successes. There are many other challenges I can talk about as we go along, maybe there are specific instances I can share as well on how teams and problems we faced, we were able to overcome most of them, and some of them probably are still open problems in a hybrid workplace.
Sure. Thank you, Enbasekar, for sharing that with us. And like you mentioned, I think employee engagement and experiences is very, very important now. And while you have workforce across multiple locations, I think collaboration platform is also very key. So just wanted to understand which solutions for collaboration are you providing for users, and how are you ensuring adherence to HR and compliance guidelines?
Sure. There are a couple of things we were starting to, in fact, start using collaborative tools even before the pandemic. Of course, it got accelerated, I would say, during the last 2.5 plus years. Say, for example, we believe as an organization, as we grow and we are in an important phase where we are helping a lot of people through the healthcare journey, we as leaders or as managers, it was important for everybody to communicate effectively to teams. Again, digital org, a lot of our innovation, a lot of our growth, a lot of new initiatives comes from the ability or the capability and the effort that our teams and their teams putting their minds together and picking the right problems and solving them is what is a key advantage for any digitally native company or a digitally native organization. So hence, being able to communicate, being able to ideate, work together, solve problems together is a very, very critical part of our success, till then, and of course it continues to be in the future as well. So communication always is an important channel, so we do use a lot of Zoom webinars to conduct our town halls, all hands. It was a big savior for us to continue to communicate. What used to be physically in office kind of all hands town hall meetings, these are monthly or weekly catch-ups or once in 2 weeks kind of catch-ups. which various functions, team leaders typically run, happens over such webinar meetings. Second, again, the not just the meeting being done online, but being on a digital communication platform enabled us to record these so that these can be reused also when we onboard new folks, or when there is a major, somebody might have missed those meetings, they can go back to them and listen to what the leaders were speaking about, what challenges lie ahead, or what successes we have had in the past month, past week. All this could be listened to very well, so that is one set of problem statements. But we also use many other internal chatting kind of tools, which we started adopting a lot more than before. Calendars probably were not as effectively used, but it became very important to understand what somebody's up to. So being able to collaboratively plan, schedule meetings, although it has its pros and cons, we definitely, calendar usage became very important. On the overall, for a managers, it became also more difficult to understand, connect with employees. So doing one-on-one meetings, doing since the organic interactions reduced, since people are not meeting in person, there had to be a lot more scheduled meetings that managers had to do to both track, give guidance, train, and many other functions that are typically a manager is expected to do in person. So we had also introduced a lot of tools to track performance, track outcomes, distribute the various tasks that the individual team members have to do, which probably would have been happening on a whiteboard or in a meeting room before, had to be done a lot more digitally, right? So people had to do web check-ins and do daily stand-ups. Some of these are known in the tech world, but we had to do it across functions in the company. From an employee engagement standpoint itself, there used to be a lot of course, offline events that were done before. We had to find some or the other online equivalents of it. So the managers or the volunteers or the people team, business partners from the HR team or people team were also running various engagement activities that way. This is again starting throughout the life cycle of anyone at MediBuddy would go through, right from their onboarding to their introductions to teams to having fun sessions. All of this happened largely again online throughout this last couple of years time, and we continue to do so, although we are again looking back to office, and most of us are back now. These tools continue to get used even though people are still sitting in offices. Like I mentioned, since we are also multiple cities now, people adopt these whenever they want to communicate across these various geographies at MediBuddy.
Great, wonderful insight. My next question is Soni, for you. You've been interacting with a lot of digital native companies, and so if you can share your perspectives that you've learned from these interactions, what is the future of work that looks like, and how is Zoom shaping the future of work?
Well, absolutely, and I think if you look at what Enbasekar has been speaking about. Organization itself, if you look at MediBuddy, it's a typical digital native organization where it has identified a proper, a unique use case maybe, or maybe a unique service, a unique product, which is being delivered to a select customer base and in a seamless manner, be it teleconsulting or be it scheduling of appointments and so on and so forth. So it's a very unique value proposition which is being delivered to the customers. Now the customers again have to be digital native to accept that kind of a solution, to accept teleconsultation, calendaring, scheduling, meeting the doctors online, and so on and so forth. So look at the transformation which has happened, where there was a time when you would be waiting outside a doctor's waiting room for hours, waiting in a queue after taking a token number and waiting for your token to come on the token number to be reflected out there. Here we are in an environment where the entire scenario has transformed. Not only the services are being delivered by a digital native organization, but the way they are consumed by a digital native consumer, that has changed. What is Zoom doing in this? And this is where we are involving as a collaboration platform. We started off by being a video calling application or a meeting application, as Mr. Enbasekar said, it was a meetings platform for delivering webinars and meeting online and so on and so forth. Today, it's a complete collaboration platform with multiple components into it, such as chat, such as digital signages, such as kiosks, such as different technologies like IoT, VR, AR, calendaring, multi-platform collaborations, interactions, and not only that, but also allows uh, you know you to bring in Zoom into your workflows, customized applications, or bring in your applications within Zoom itself. So, it's become a complete different platform altogether. It's a complete collaboration platform with a host of tools, host of technology. Just imagine if, Zoom being after teleconsultation is also providing a seamless integration into hospital management system. A lot of hospitals are using that, where Zoom, after a patient has met with the doctor, the same data gets captured in the hospital management system. Thereby, there is no need to go and feed separate data. We do the same with the CRMs, right? All Zoom on Zoom, as we call it. Our entire things are built into integrated with Salesforce. So our reps don't have to enter data, whom they have met, what they have met. Somebody moving out, data is there. Similarly, that's what some of the hospitals have done in the hospital management system, where they're capturing data straight from the meetings of the doctors and storing it in there. So that's the scheduling, meeting, and capturing of data happens on the same collaboration platform. And that's the beauty. That's what we are doing in transforming and helping the digital native organizations like MediBuddy doing.
Fantastic. Great. On that, my next question is, Enbasekar, for you. Measuring CX is, I think, very, very important for digital. In fact, all organizations, from a digital native perspective, for a digital native organization, how do you measure CX? And if you can share some light on the techniques of emerging CX strategies.
Yes, Khushbu. Yes, of course, for any customer facing org, right, it is important that CX is a key metric. So to start with, any CX that we look at MediBuddy, there is 3 elements that we look at. One is the tools, second is people, and third is processes, right? How do we achieve all of this? Tools can be used again for measurement, tracking, is where these tools become very, very handy. So so at MediBuddy, we offer a multitude of services, right? We provide online consultations. You can do book appointments to go meet doctor. You can book a lab test for a home pickup of sample, as well as you can schedule a visit to a hospital or a diagnostic center, and medicine is a home delivery. These are in fact very varied set of services for our customers. So hence it's important that we have deeper lens in each of these. So we use both 5-point scale, where we ask every user to rate us in our app or through WhatsApp, SMS, or other communication channels to collect this feedback on a daily, real-time, near real-time basis. We also run NPS surveys through emails, through again SMS, WhatsApp kind of communication channels to collect more inputs on what the user feels about MediBuddy as an overall platform. These are 2 core output metrics through these tools that we track. But there's a lot of internal input metrics. So we believe any healthcare service delivery, or any service delivery for that matter, needs certain input metrics like fulfillment, the TATs that we maintain in terms of how fast we are delivering the service, or on time delivery of service. If somebody says X time I have to come and pick up a sample, is that happening? If a report is expected in 24 hours, what percentage is happening on time? So the many such operational internal metrics that we look at, which are indicative of the eventual customer experience. We also measure on the customer support side. So we measure a metric called ITO, interaction to order, which means if a customer had to reach a customer support to avail something, it probably is an indication of something broken in the customer experience journey. So we measure a lot of input metrics and output metrics on our customer support as well. So these are the tool side of things. Secondly, on people, we believe culture is a very, very important part of it. So as we are a large org spread across the country, and many customer touch points happen every single day, it is important for us at MediBuddy to have a strong culture of customer obsession. So we have 4 key cultural values, and the most important of the lot is customer obsession, which means right from our hiring process to onboarding somebody, to training somebody, to performance management. So across the life cycle of the various levers that we have, we insist on with right examples, with right behaviors on what it means to be part of a customer obsessed team, what it means to deliver a service that delivers great customer experience, and with right levers, right examples, right stories is how we build that through the people. And also even our R&Rs, right, rewards and recognitions are built around our cultural values, around customer obsession. We are in a space like healthcare. Customer obsession is even more important, being sensitive about somebody's needs. When somebody is looking out for a doctor or a lab test, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of fear, there may be awareness gap. So it's important that in addition to the medical treatment, the right comfort and care is also offered across all touch points, be it the product, be it the customer support, be it a partner that we are working with to deliver a healthcare service. So hence the people side of things is actually very, very important. And lastly, on processes, so there are teams, there are owners which own these metrics, which drive these metrics. There are regular cadences that teams meet up regularly to track these performances. We publish these metrics. There are big TVs or with these metrics shown to the respective teams. There are control rooms which monitor these on a daily basis at MediBuddy, which ensures there is higher focus on customer experience across the various services that we offer. We also conduct, again, workshops. We run customer support sessions, right? Anybody who joins the organization spends a couple of days every quarter or so with our customer support team, with teams that are talking to customers on a daily basis to understand the pain point. And as being in a service which we can all individually also benefit from at MediBuddy, we also have initiated many opportunities for our own employees and teams to use MediBuddy as a product, avail these services, and give active feedback to the teams that are working on solving problems in each of these. So there are many initiatives that one can do across tools, across people and processes that keeps the focus on CX and keep iterating and improving on our CX for our customers.
Right. Absolutely. And so, if you can share, how digital collaboration can help organizations serve customers better in this new novel. How is Zoom helping the same?
Well, thank you, Khushbu, for asking that question. And I think what I was hearing to Mr. Enbasekar, each and every aspect probably he spoke of is what we are hearing from digital native organizations like MediBuddy, CIOs, CTOs, founders, talking about this. It is all about the customers, right? And the passion. And Zoom is very much built upon this passion itself. You see our motto, delivering happiness. That's how the company was born. And it was born to provide friction-free video first collaboration. So it's quite a jargon, but everything for us revolves around video. Now, when we say this, everything that we do and hear from our customers get embedded into our platform. So each and every workflow, whether it is customer experience, whether it's internal employee experience, or whether it is a process workflow. And let me explain. Whether when an internal employee joins, right from interview process, how HR interviews, to when the person onboards, to a person when he or she faces a challenge for logging in and calling their IT help desk, right? Just imagine you calling up somebody and waiting on the helpline for some time, waiting for that person to come online, or sending a mail, hey, IT, I need some help. Instead of that, if you have a collaboration platform where you're chatting with somebody, the chat channel, in that chat channel you post, from the same chat channel you elevate, you make a phone call to the IT help desk within that, and within that you get a help, you start a quick fire desktop share, fix the problem, and that experience is completely different. Similarly, empowering the customer who is, as Mr. Enbasekar said, especially in the medical world, is a little bit anxious. When he or she is expecting a report or is consulting a doctor, obviously there is a lot of anxiety there for themselves, for their loved ones. Just imagine if they need some help, they don't know what to do. Empowering them by just a click of a button to get into an or have an agent or have an assistant or have a doctor or somebody just available on the standby to just give them that assurance, right? And empowering your customers. These customers, if it's a medical thing or even if it's a non-medical thing, people today are, very digital native, and they take to social media. They take to a whole lot of other things rather than waiting on dialing a toll number and waiting for half an hour or 5 minutes or even 10 minutes for that call. And this is exactly what Zoom is doing. We recently announced our contact center solutions where you can do this. Similarly, we have inbuilt chat as well as presence, as well as a call escalation metrics where you can reach out to the IT help desk. You can have a button somewhere on your website or your applications. You can escalate straight away. Customer can say, I want to speak to a customer support, and it gets into a video call straight away, empowering your customers. So we've been listening to a lot of digital native organizations and even the old time organizations, and we have brought in these kind of features and functions within the platform. And the beauty is this can all be within your environment. That is, having Zoom embedded into your own platform, into your own applications, into your own workflows, rather than doing it the other way around. So that's what we are doing. We are incorporating all the feedback that has been coming to us in the last 2 years, and with the changing environment today and how the organizations have transformed, because somebody is at home, somebody is in remote village, somebody is delivering services in remote villages. I'll share an example where we worked with the BMC, Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation, and provided COVID assistance during COVID time, and similarly during in UP government, where we work very closely with the state governments and the municipal corporations to disseminate information and seek information from the healthcare workers at the ground level. Educate them, empower them in terms of COVID's do's, don'ts, and also get field reports back into it. And this was all done seamlessly automated, right? So that's the power of collaboration platform that has been brought in. And that's what we are doing. Zoom as a platform has been completely evolving. And it is endless, right? And this doesn't stop here. We'll continue to evolve and continue to bring in more and more functions.
Great. Thanks, Soni, for sharing this insights with us. Okay, my next question is for you, Mr. Enbasekar. Basically, I wanted to know, how digital collaboration can help organizations from your perspective and serve customers better in the new normal. What are your thoughts around that?
Sure, we have seen a lot of benefits, like Samir mentioned, right? Like doing video calls, doing audio calls, and helping patients during this time has been very, very beneficial. And the customer behavior is such, right? Once there is a valuable tool out there or a solution out there, they continue to want more of it. So definitely, it's important for organizations to keep adopting newer and newer digital means of delivering great customer service, great customer experience, be it in the core offering itself, like us at MediBuddy, or at the customer service levels, to have this layer of digital tools to enable that, and definitely within the workforce as well, right? The more clarity, more visibility, the more clear on the whys as well as the whats of what a team does. If it's made clear, they definitely lead to more successes and more innovation to emerge out of or emerge from within the company and the teams. So lots in store, and very, very excited for the future in terms of digital tools helping various functions within your. It starts from people function, finance function, to the core operation, services, technology. Across all the functions that we have at MediBuddy, we do use different digital tools, digital platforms, collaboration tools to both service customers as well as to collaborate and innovate on behalf of the customers.
Great. It's been a wonderful discussion so far. I have one last question for you, Soni. We've been talking about hybrid workplace, digital collaboration. If you can share a little insights on how has Zoom adapted to this business environment?
Well, absolutely, and I think it's not a rocket science. And when we started off Zoom around 11 years back, it was founded with the thought process of video first collaboration. And if you know our founder, he was associated with Cisco at that time, so was I. And that's how I know my founders and the entire half of the organization. We were part of the WebEx team when WebEx was launched into India early 2000. And Eric's vision was very simple, that we need to have a collaboration. Our collaboration needs to be friction-free, point number one, and it needs to be around video. Now, if you look at all the platforms that are there, it is all about data, sharing. Very few, there is no collaboration platform which is video first. So his thought was video first, and that's why Zoom was built with video first, and then everything comes later. Result is simple, that you can have a single meeting with 50,000 participants right now. That can be scaled. Now we are going up to 100,000 as a single meeting. And that's the kind of infrastructure, the kind of architecture that we have with supports. Now, on top of this, we add all other elements of collaboration, such as chat and room configuration, digital display, signages, IoT, VR, AR. So that's the first very basic technology or the uniqueness of the product that we have and the platform that we have. The second thing, when the company was formed, the base was delivering happiness. And delivering happiness to our employees internally, as well as partners and customers. That was the second goal. So we were born with these two things. And when you're born with these two things, obviously you don't have to classify yourself as digital native. We were born digital native. And that's the reason why Zoom became so popular in the last 2 years, 3 years, and it's become a verb, it's become a synonym for any video meeting, right? Everyone, let's do a Zoom, let's have a Zoom. And from there on, the seamless, you say it just works. Customers say that it just works. The quality of video, if you see, it's humongous. Can you imagine? I'm sitting in my home and attending this meeting, and the quality of video is seamless, right? So that's quality of video, and that's extremely important in medical institutes where doctors need that clarity, crystal clarity, and you would be surprised the way Zoom is used in some of the hospitals for critical operations and bringing in subject matter experts when doctors need support for their own operations, right? When they pull in their colleagues from different cities. And the kind of things that we do is simply mind-boggling. So that's the concept. And when a company is born with a unique strength, unique product, unique platform, and has a focus on delivering happiness to the customers, I think it's an unstoppable force. And that's the reason why we didn't have to adopt to this. I think we were born with it, and we will continue to evolve. And our strength today, like I'm sitting here today with you and Mr. Enbasekar, and I'm so pleased with the inputs that he has shared. It is definitely going to help us, in some form or the other, to build or strengthen our product, what we can do, what we can evolve, and we would love to brainstorm with him, share ideas with him as to we are working on this and that. Not only him, but we do that with a lot of CIOs and CTOs, CDOs, and people from different industries. In fact, we have a CIO forum, and for which we take inputs from. Okay, how should we improve our product? What should we do? And that's what has kept Zoom ahead of competition, or probably kept on innovating. The number of features and functionalities that we keep on introducing, I lose a count of it every month and every quarter. So that's what I would say, that we didn't have to adopt, but here we are.
Sure, great, wonderful insights, and I think our viewers are going to get good key takeaways from this discussion. Thank you so much for joining us today on this platform and the series of future of customer experience and collaboration. I look forward to having many more conversations in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.